Welcome to the All-in-One channel. I'm Kelley Rosano, and this is Virgo July 2012. Virgo, we start off the month with the Sun in Cancer, and this activates the area of your life that has to do with the money you receive from the business you work for, or the money you receive from the business you own. It's also the area that has to do with your goals, your friends, networking, your hopes, wishes, and dreams, and the love you receive from others. Cancer is a harmonious energy sign to Virgo. Cancer is a water sign. Virgo is an earth sign. When we water the earth, everything grows. So this is a good time for you in that with the Cancer, it harmonizes with your Virgo planets. If you have a Virgo ascendant or points in your chart with Virgo, it is a harmonious energy that can make you feel very productive. And Virgos love to feel productive. So this is good. Now Mars goes into Libra on July 3rd. And this area rules your money. Anything we put the word my in front of, my money, my house, my values, my dog, my car, my husband, my wife, my talent, my gifts, my abilities, my self-worth, my self-respect, my self-appreciation, inner and outer resources, earning ability. So Mars now activating that area of your life, you're really going to want to hustle for money. You're really going to want to be like, I'm going after what I want, and you're the hardest worker in the zodiac, so it will pay off. And it is kind of a relief now having Mars out of your sign, because it's been in your sign for 8 months, retrograde in your sign too. So it is a bit of a relief for you having Mars going into Libra. Challenge is, though, it is going to kick off the Pluto Uranus. I'll talk about that in a minute. Now we have the Capricorn full moon on July 3rd as well. So Mars goes into Libra on the 3rd, and then we have the Capricorn full moon on July 3rd. And this is happening in the area of your life that has to do with romance, true love, love affairs, risk-taking. So Capricorn is a sister sign to you. It forms the grand earth trine with you. Taurus and Capricorn trine you. So they come together and form this grand earth trine. And so the full moon is in a very fun house for you. So your love houses are activated now with the full moon here, and the sun in the love you receive from other, and the house of friends that can turn into lovers, and the house of true love, romance, love affairs, and of course love affairs can turn into marriage partners. So this could be a time where you meet someone that you meet a soulmate. You could meet someone who's very significant to you, and you could really be having some fun now. And this could, you know, move into something bigger. So that's the upside of it. The challenge is the full moon is conjunct Pluto, and Pluto is in your 5th house. So you are looking for intense relationship, okay, Virgo? Like, you are not looking for, oh, she's nice or he's nice, we have a nice time. No, you're looking for the twin flame. You know what I mean? You want intensity. You want to feel the love. You want to feel the connection. You want to feel that this person is part of your soul. Okay? So you're not looking for lightweight relationship. You're looking for the one. You're looking for the soulmate. And so now Pluto is activating this full moon in Capricorn, and that's very intense, and it's squaring Uranus in the 8th house of sex. Okay. So you are very much looking for your twin flame or soulmate. You are, you know, very much wanting to be with someone that is, you know, you feel like is your other half, is that, you know, we're all whole, but I mean mirrors your wholeness, okay? None of us are not whole, okay? No one can make us whole. we're twin flames. We're both whole twin flames. You can see my twin flame teaching. So, you know, now Uranus is in the area of your life that has to do with sex, intimacy, and, you know, Pluto is squaring that. So you are, you know, very much, you know, hey, I want my twin flame. I'm not settling for less. I want the real deal. I want real love. I want a real soulmate. I'm not settling for We like each other, but we never have sex. And that's what, a lot of people are doing. They hang together for the security and the comfort of the relationship, but they're like siblings. They're not lovers. They're not in love. They're not passionate with each other. You want passion, and Pluto wants passion, and Pluto wants depth. So I can understand that you feel really pulled at this time. Now, if that is not happening, okay, because timing is everything, not only do you have your timing, but your soulmate has his timing, her timing. Your twin flame has his timing, her timing. So when two people come together, it takes both in the right time and both their timings lined up. You can focus that energy in creative outlets because the fifth house, the area of love for you, that Capricorn is igniting and Pluto is intensifying, also relates to creative projects, creative self-expression. So while you're waiting for your soulmate or twin flame, focus that energy into creative outlets. Focus that energy into building a new business, building a new website, writing a book, singing lessons, acting lessons, cooking lessons, whatever your soul wants, whatever your inner child feels joy doing. That's what it's about. So we are at the crest of an evolutionary wave that has been building for years. And June 24th was the first of the 7 exact squares between Uranus and Pluto. Then the Sun kicked it off on June 29th, and the Sun went into Cancer opposing Pluto. So you're really feeling this intensity now in the love areas, in the intimacy areas. And so for those of you that are married, maybe it's time for you guys to, take a second honeymoon. Do something to bring the spark back or take the spark to the next level. Be romantic with each other. Find ways to be passionate with each other. New ways to create passion in the relationship. When we're with people a really long time, we get into that sameness. And so it's hard to invoke romance into that when we're so familiar with each other. So maybe there's things you can be doing that brings the passion back into your life. Now, the Pluto-Uranus square is invoking in all of us, and the cosmic message is everything must change. Everything must evolve or dissolve. What is not built on love and truth will dissolve. Are you ready to make changes? Are you ready to make real changes? Do you trust yourself? Do you trust your gut instincts, your intuition, your inner knowing? It's very important to trust what you're getting inside, your inner being, your inner self. Trust what you know, what you get. You're a very sensitive sign, very empathic. Uranus is pushing our drive for freedom, innovation, and reform, propelling us out of the cultural conditioning to make a giant leap forward into the future. Pluto is showing us what has been hidden or denied, forcing us to face our shadow side and own our power. Pluto teaches us how we get power, how we use power, or how we give our power away. So this is very important. No one steps up and gives us power. The world does not step up and say, here's your power, here's your authority, here's your self-esteem, here's your self-worth. We have to claim it. Claim your power, Virgo. Claim your self-esteem. Claim your authority. You are the authority of your life. Historically, Pluto and Uranus greatly accelerate social and technological advancements. And they are affecting the area of your life that has to do with your partner's resources, your partner's values, your partner's money, other people's values, how you set boundaries, boundaries with yourself, boundaries with others, okay? Because we do need to set boundaries with ourselves, too. We can't just eat, or we blow up, right? Setting a boundary with how much we take in. And it's activating the area of your life that has to do with romance and creativity and creative self-expression. So this is a good time for you to channel that energy into networking, being with your friends, taking risks, going on adventures, having fun, expanding your horizons. Now, Uranus turns retrograde on July 13th through December 13th, forcing us to look at what has been keeping us enslaved. Uranus rules freedom. Where do you need more freedom? It could be around finances. It could be around debt. It could be around your husband's income, your husband's debt, your wife's debt, your spouse's income or debt. Well, we all know that we all need an increase since, you know, we know the story of what's been going on in the economy. I'm not going to go into that here because this is about you, and that's why I want to keep the focus. Now, Mercury, the messenger, turns retrograde at 13 degrees Leo from July 14th through August 8th, helping us discern, are we living from our ego, fear, or are we living from our heart, essence, love? We can either come from love or fear. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So Mercury rules our lower mind, thinking, attitude, intellect, perception. Uranus rules our higher mind, our genius. Okay, so Mercury in Leo is calling us with Uranus to be creative and courageous. And this is activating the area of your life that is behind the scenes. How you limit yourself, how you restrict yourself, how you frustrate yourself, hidden karma, hidden strength also. So it's a good time, and Mercury is your ruling planet, to chill, okay? It's not a time to sign a contract. It's not a time to get married. It's not a time to buy a house. Now, if you're selling a house, that's okay because you're the seller. But if you're a buyer, you don't know what you're buying. You're not going to know everything until Mercury goes direct. It's your ruling planet, and when Mercury's retrograde, things are hidden. People can lie to us. Mercury retrograde rules thievery, just like Neptune. They both rule thievery, liars and thieves and betrayers. And when Mercury's retrograde, it can hide what they're presenting to us, or we can just misunderstand each other. We didn't read the contract right. We didn't see the fine print. We didn't see what they were really selling us. So from July 14th through August 8th, it's a good time for you to do your homework, do your research work. Take your time, double check the facts, make revisions and reconsiderations. Take your time when making all important decisions, okay? Now, if you've been out of work and you get offered a job, I would take it, okay? Just make sure you read the fine print. Just make sure you really know what you're getting yourself into, okay? You know, sometimes, you know, life doesn't stop. We got to keep going. But there are better times to do things. And when Mercury's direct, and especially since Mercury is your ruling planet, you feel Mercury retrograde as big as the Geminis do. So it's a good time for you to, you know, work behind the scenes, do your homework, and then launch after August 8th. We are riding the waves of, the tidal waves of evolutionary change. And the Cancer new moon on July 19th now has Mars at 8 degrees Libra, okay, opposing Uranus, squaring Pluto. And this is big because it's forming a T-square in your money houses, okay? So you're really looking at the money you take in, the money you send out, the money, you know, your self-worth, your inner and outer resources. You're looking at your partner's resources. You're looking at, you know, restructuring debt, eliminating debt, the value in your house, the value in whatever you own. And so this is a very powerful time. And you want to use this time to do what you can to, you know, bring in more income, cut back on debt. I do believe we're going to see big changes in the economy, and especially in the financials by the end of June and July onward. So there are good things coming. It's just, it's happening in your money houses right now. So things may feel, you know, intense for you at this time. Doesn't mean good things aren't happening, because they are. You do have Venus and Jupiter in the 10th house that can bring you more income, and Jupiter and Venus are going to be up there for a while now, helping bring in more money for you, and especially Jupiter's going to be hanging up in there for a couple years, you know, first in the 10th and then in the 11th, which is the money that you make from the company you work for, the business you own. So there is help on the way, okay? we're all going through this Pluto Uranus. All of us are experiencing Pluto Uranus. And I mean, they just, showed here in the States that our income has gone down 40% in the last 4 years. So we know what's going on. The money's all been going to the 1%, and they have not been releasing any money into the economy to create jobs. But I'm not going to go off on that because it's your reading, not theirs. And they don't deserve your time or mine. So we know what's going on, and you do what you can. You're the hardest worker in the zodiac. You're the light bearers. You're the soul. And Prime Creator knows. And help is on the way. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and I'll talk about it when it's out front and center. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Mars is squaring Pluto at this new moon on July 19th. Now, Mars and Pluto rules our passion and willpower. Mars is our personal desire. Pluto is our divine will. Now, Mars opposed Uranus is drive for freedom, but it also invokes rashness, intolerance, and impulsiveness. Okay? Mars square Pluto rules reform, but it also rules ruthlessness, domination, and violence. And violence isn't just physical. Violence includes language. Violence is anything that causes separation. So what we think and say can wound and heal, or heal. So when we use our language to empower and strengthen and heal others, we're coming from love. When we use our language to wound or disempower people, we're coming from fear. Now, Saturn is also in Libra and is squaring the new moon. And this is calling us to make changes through peaceful means. So Saturn wants us at the new moon, and of course July, to practice nonviolence. Be mindful of our thoughts, words, and deeds. Okay? It's very important, because a lot of people are asleep and they don't understand what's going on, and so they're acting out through negativity. Now, this Cancer new moon that is activating your hopes, wishes, and dreams, and the money you receive from where you work, also is asking for you to do what makes you feel safe, secure, and balanced. When we act out in negative ways, this is through ignorance and exhaustion. Many folks are deeply asleep to the enormous changes taking place. Prime Creator is using all of this astrology, the new moons, the full moons, the Pluto Uranus, even the Venus eclipse, the sun, to pour Goddess divine love light energy into us. This is the cleansing energy. It is the eye of the needle we're being pulled through. And for people that are unaware, this is why they're acting out in bizarre behavior or weird behavior. So if you're wondering why people are acting strange, it's because of the light. And anything not built in love and truth is dissolving. So what we want to do is we want to practice boundaries and compassion. Retaliation only fuels the negative and creates more negative. It only creates more negativity. So it takes two to fight. So if someone is trying to start trouble, don't engage them. Then they can just go home and fight with themselves. And that's who it's really with. Because when people project negative on us, it's really all about them. It's not about us. The good news is, on July 21st, there's an enthusiastic Jupiter in Gemini in your 10th house of career, legacy, upward mobility in your work and career, harmonizing with Uranus in the 8th house of other people's money, other people's values. So there could be something coming in here around the 21st for you on that is perhaps giving you some a pay raise or some surprise money that you didn't know you had. And it does encourage brightness and original perspective. Venus is also direct now in your area of your career, legacy, and success in the world. And then the Sun enters expressive Leo, the Lion, on July 22nd, encouraging playfulness, creative self-expression. And this is about you now perhaps taking some rest time before your birthday. When the Sun is in Leo, Leo is 12 signs from Virgo. So when the planets go into Leo, it's your time to re-energize, recoup, meditate, rest, restore, rebuild, to get ready for your birthday. because you'll be in your 6-week cycle when the sun goes into Leo. And I'll talk about that in August when we're in your 6-week cycle. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to my website, kelleyrosano.com/life cycle astrology, and I go into solar return charts and your 6-week birthday cycle. July is a very intense month. We are being pulled into the future. Let go of what no longer serves you, Virgo. And remember, every adversity, every setback, every handicap carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. Look for what value and benefits are in your life. Focus on what you can do. Release what you have no control over. Responsibility is the ability to respond, and you can only be responsible for what you have control over. We have no control over what other people say or do. We have no control over what's going on in the economy. So your responsibility is how you respond to what's going on in your astrology, in your life. So stay positive, stay proactive. Your future is very bright. Thank you for watching, Virgo. Thank you for liking and sharing my videos. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. Thank you for your letters, your comments, and your feedback. I really appreciate you. You know, and it's wonderful when you feedback on YouTube, because that gives other people a chance to feedback. And there's so much wisdom with all of you. Insight and life experience. I don't get a chance to answer everyone. So when you feedback here on YouTube, it builds community. We're all in this together. All are one. If you would like to work with me and have me take a detailed look at your personal transits and astrology, and or you're interested in coaching, the link is below. You just click on the Kelley Rosano astrology link. It takes you to my PayPal page. You choose the length of the session that you want. Once I see you've made that commitment, I email you my schedule. You choose the day and the time that you want. And then we're off and running, rocking and rolling. So until next time, Virgo, keep looking up.